So apparently there was a buck or a doe, a deer in this thicket. I came around here, took my backpack off, was changing out batteries. I'm not getting any closer or doing anything that would threaten that deer. I didn't even know he was here. Then all of a sudden I hear, you know, a lot of limbs breaking. You know, something's coming through the brush type of deal, and I'm thinking, well, here comes the Sasquatch. And I had the GoPro going, but it was aimed towards the sky, so it was getting the sound, which will be interesting, I think. But I'll have to go back and see if I can find it. But something spooked and jumped a deer out of there. And I'm trying to figure out what it was, because it wasn't me, really. Like I said, I'm down here 30, 40 feet, 50 feet away. If that deer is bedded down in that stuff, and I never saw him. All the commotion and the blowing, I didn't see a thing. So was something else tracking me and came up on the deer, and then tracking me through this stuff here, and then jumped the deer out. I mean, that's a working theory. Can't prove it. But usually if a deer sees you and you walk by and you're not a threat, he's just going to lay there. He's not going to move. So I'm wondering what upset the deer, what jumped the deer, what came in on the deer, because it was definitely here. You know, I'm sitting here, you know, I'm just standing here, and that brush is 20, 30 yards away, and it was in there somewhere, and then he went back over the hill, I think, or out that way. Of course, I'm going to go back that way. We'll see what's up here, but I don't know. Like I said, I thought, oh, well, here comes the Sasquatch, and I'm sitting here trying to get batteries back in cameras, and my backpack's on the ground with my GoPro, so staring up the sky. But hopefully, at least the audio would be on there. Of course, there wasn't no video to get, because there's nothing happening here. I could not see anything here visible. Everything was happening back into that brush pile, or back into that thicket, which is on top of this ridge. So let's go around here and see what we got. And it's just a real, I mean, it's a creepy area. get the creeps in here. It's time for me to turn around and head back. I'm still on the mend, so I'm only going to do a 3-mile hike today. Kind of easing myself back into 5 and 6 mile hikes. This is going to be a 3-miler. He was right in here. Of course, what would barely be freaky is come around here and find a deer with his neck broke. And a Sasquatch standing over it, leering at me. So right in here, I mean, this is where all the mayhem was. I'm looking on the trail to see if I see any obvious. I mean, that's just such a mess of blowdown, old pine blowdowns and stuff. I mean, this guy's bedded down right off the main trail here. This is a pretty well used trail. I just passed 2 people that coming out about 30 minutes ago. So I'd say the deer's used to smells of human beings, or it wouldn't be bedded down in there. I'm not going to go in there and try to find out. I was just wondering if there was maybe a clear-cut path. And he was in the thick part. It sure did sound like, I really did think at first the Sasquatch was coming out of there. There wasn't anything I could do but just get got. I was going to reach down. I had the battery in my hand for the handy cam. I was going to reach down with the GoPro and maybe try to, pick the backpack up and aim the camera at that direction. But by the time I did that, I started hearing the deer blows. 2 or 3, maybe 4 of them. Right in there. So I've just come around. This kind of circles around this place on top of the ridge here. So scary, spooky, as usual. No such thing as a dull moment. At least I can't have one, apparently. Yeah. Now that's the question. Did I do the spooking? Or did something else do the spooking? Because like I said, if it was my scent, I mean, I literally, this trail goes a full circle around this thicket up here. So he had plenty of chance to smell me. And I was 30, 40 yards away messing with my backpack. My back literally turned to the thicket. So, was it me or something else that... Of course, everybody knows with my tinfoil hat, my theory is there was a Sasquatch trailing me, coming through the thicket, cutting through the thicket to get eyes on me. And that the deer was bedded down in a real thick cover, and the Sasquatch kicked it up. That's my theory, and I'm going to stick with it. I can't prove a lick of it. As half my audience rolls his eyes, and the other half is like, "You crazy man." But anyway, so let's continue. I'm headed back now. Come in 1.5 miles. Oh, that area is creepy. Creepy, creepy, creepy. I've been grunted at multiple times through here out of that thicket. And I don't know if you want to call it rock clacks or jaw pops or small sticks. Out of this thicket here on top, I've had some those here too. So who knows? Also been some turkey scratching. Of course, turkey season closed yesterday. But bad year for turkeys. Something going on. GMO corn, an overabundance of raccoons. Everybody's having trouble finding turkeys. So, yeah, this is like a hillside, a little knob, and the trail does a loop around it. Semicircle, half circle around this thick spot. This thicket. This thicket's probably 3-4 acres. Pretty good sized little thicket. If I were going to be living up here and hiding, that's where I'd hide. It sounded like a pretty good sized deer, but small deer can make a lot of noise. I've got some trail cams out up here. I'm trying to locate me a bruiser on this public land. Maybe that was him, if the Sasquatch didn't get him. Every time I talk, then I hear like I heard something. Like I said, if I'm pushing a deer, then I might be getting the deer. I'm gonna be quiet.